Okie doke, you're back in Guildrun, and it's time to take on another run. Except this time, we're jumping into A rank, where we're going to earn one fewer shard per surviving hero. So we're going to become a lot poorer. Because we're starting champion, who would we like to go for? We've pretty much seen Yuna, she was a lot of fun. We could also go for Hu Yang, which is going to be an assassin archer, which could be a lot of fun. Or we could try to go for Pimenta, a poison tank, where we get a random rare relic to start as well. Let's go Pimenta.
You want protection for your guild? Then stay close.
So essentially, she creates a poison cloud around her for 4 seconds, and each second it deals ability and defense and inflicts 4 poison to enemies in the poison cloud. Each second after stall, she gains 3 HPs per second when enemies are in the poison cloud. So let's go, let's smash this little turtle. Come on, Pimenta, big old bomb. We get our monies, and we do have to pick some units right now. We did take Dragomir, who can scale up some monies for us, which will be kind of nice. So since he's on sale, I'm going to take him along with Gustav, and if we had 1 more gold, I'd love to grab this, but unfortunately, we don't have it. So grab a starter kill, let's go. Now, this clerk is going to hand us whatever we want here. Combat power, gain some magic. I'm not sure if we want to keep these units. It would help Pimenta a little bit by giving her a little bit of magic, same as Gustav, giving us more shields, as well as damage and frost and stuff like that, or we could additional item or gain 7 monies. I might just take 7 monies for now. It seems pretty good to me. Now Dragomir, I'm going to place you over on the right hand side. Gustav, I'm going to slot you right here because you have a range of 3, so you should be able to attack and should be able to apply your shields between our characters, which should be kind of nice, right? Now hope Dragomir can use his ability and give us 2 monies. Come on Dragomir, nice. You're already paying for yourself, buddy. 23 golds. And now we could take Sal. The reason why I would like to take Sal is because with Sal and Pimenta, we actually have the Lover's ability, where start combat, Sal is going to permanently scale Pimenta. Pimenta is going to permanently scale Sal as well. So I'm going to take Sal. I'm 1,000,000,000% going to take her. After Sal inflict a little bit of poison, I'm going to grab all of them. I'm going to reroll again, and that is massive. I almost want to sell Dragomir right now, and that's exactly what I'm going to do because we can start scaling up immediately with Sal. Now we could also go for this, where she becomes a duelist, gains a bunch of attack speed and range, or we could also go for Warrior, where her ability can crit and also inflict frost, and on cast she also gains crit as well. But I want to go for the skillet and scale up our defenses like crazy. Still want to freeze the shop, we still want you, Gustav, buddy old pal. Now do you want to go for a relic or a special item with defense properties or offensive? Let's go with defensive. Make it super tanky. Now, every 3 times the holder's auto attack inflict poison, on stall trigger heal for 500, or on charge generated heroes gain 1,000 shields. We really could have used that last run, that would have been insane. So it's either this one where we inflict a little bit more poison, or we go for stall trigger heal for 500. I might take this one, because we can trigger stall and heal up Pimenta a little bit. Sounds good to me. Now Sal is going to give us that scaling, so we would like to have 2 units in the front, because we can literally only have 2 heroes directly in front of another hero. We should be able to scale up a lot of defenses, literally 60. Pimenta's gone up to 128. We should be amazing. So she's going to become uber tank. The only problem is we would like to find Pimenta and upgrade her as fast as possible so we can scale up Sal that is going to be behind her. But these guys don't stand a chance to our team right now. Hell no. And Gustav will be taking it. The question is, what do we want to go with Gustav? We could start scaling up mana regen, or we could go for more shields, but also permanent scaling with Gustav. So then he'll become uber tanky as well. Sounds good to me. Also, he can get a lot of mana regen, a lot of magic per shard generated in the game as well. We're going to go for a shard team. That's also kind of nice, but let's go with the glacier ability. We're also going to grab ourselves a little bit of magic, and we're going to reroll. This we don't care about. Get 100 HP and a little bit more magic. I'll also take it. I still want to reroll, because I want to look for Pimenta's upgrade as much as possible. Now this is kind of calling my name, I'm not going to lie, because it's a lot of debuffs at the very beginning, but I'm not going to lock the shop for it. Now when you got some other heroes to look for it. Now, heroes take damage equal to 2.5% of their max HP. I'm going to try it. For a rare relic, we do have emergency rewinds, so it should be not too bad. The only problem is Gustav will have to sit behind Sal right now, so we won't get the scaling from Sal's ability. Because Gustav is going to be the one that has to be sucked in, because his new ability does trigger on himself. Well, Pimenta's going to be in the front lines. Sounds good to me. And Sal has to be the damage dealer. We have no items for that. So this could be a bit of a problem. Maybe. And Gustav's shield doesn't hit Sal, so yeah, we could be in trouble. But Pimenta will have lots of heals, right? Because he will get lots of HPs per second. And Gustav's going to become super tanky. He does get his stall, scale up a lot of defense, 135. But Pimenta's 160. The only problem with this, we do win, but we don't get the extra monies for each character surviving. Now, whenever a hero inflicts frost, they gain 1 magic, 1 attack per frost. Or when a hero inflicts frost, they inflict 33 more. I really like this. Lots of skilling. Sounds good to me. And we do want to prioritize scaling up a lot of frost. Now, we could go for an assassin. Heroes gain a lot of max HP. Frontline to get a lot of defenses. Again, I just want to roll. I just want to upgrade Sal as much as possible. Or Pimenta. Let's roll again. That's a lot of goals. Let's go one more time. And that is Skorn. Holy moly, Skorn is a character I do want to take. Because he will also inflict frost for us. When he's damaged, Stall inflicts poison. After Stall gets a huge heal, loads of mana, and 20 defense. Yeah, I'm not going to spend any more money. I'm going to move on. Onto the Ring and Fall. Rank up a hero for a price. Well, I did say I wanted to rank up Pimenta. We could take it, but we would lose 20% of our stats. I gotta do it. The scaling is going to be way too important.
I'm growing into
Here's
this.
rank B. And we could make our mage. After Stall, tanks and mages gain 40 defense. Could be kind of nice. And auto attack. For each debuff on attack, inflict 3 more. Also sounds pretty darn good. I wish we could take this and this, but I want to scale up the attack speed on Sal as much as possible. But it is going to scale up attack speed on characters as well, but Sal gets 30 attack speed. So she already has 4, it's going to shoot up to 28. I thought it was going to be a little bit more actually, but actually it is more because we do lose 20% of our stats,
Stay back.
which will be massive. And it could be super problematic for us. Maybe? It's kind of looking like we might survive this. It definitely looks like we're surviving this. Not even close. Did we fulfill this quest? 1 billion% not even close. I did want to take Skorn. Does that mean we're going to lose out on good old Gustav for now? I think so.
I'll stand with you.
So I want to scale up the defenses on Skorn and then scale up the attack speed on Gustav a little bit. We're going to become a super tanky team. I'm going to save the rest of our monies. Let's move on to that campfire. We can't do anything to campfire except we could retrain Skorn if we want to. Or do we want to give ourselves basic stats? Well, we did lose some stats. I'm going to take the basic stats. Let's move on. We're taking on big old Hydra. Now with Hydra's effects, he actually loses some heads. So he's going to deal some big damage and inflict poison per main head. The more HP you do drop, the more he loses head. So essentially becoming weaker and weaker. Now we want Skorn to be attacked most of all. His stall ability will take quite some time to start stacking up that frost. But if you don't know, frost actually reduces the character's defense and attack speed. So yeah, we should be able to keep reducing that damage like crazy. The problem is, it does take us a while to actually start getting some frost stacked up. We are stacking up quite a bit, but Skorn is going to be murder-faced down to Pimenta, who's going to be super, super chunky. And we still should be able to beat this dragon, because we are slowing him down. The poison is going to be chipping him down. So all in all, I don't think we're going to have too much of an issue, right? Definitely not. And we also fulfill our quest as well. So now we're going to get some scaling damage also. Now it's on to the auction house. Now I really wish we had more money, but can't be too choosy. So I'm immediately tempted to take the increased max team size. We can have Gustav back in. Start combat in every 10 seconds, inflict poison frost on all enemies. That's also crazy strong. Or is it? It's only a small bit of debuff. When in combat with a hero of all 7 classes, in combat or reserve, increase your team size by 1. We've got a tank, poison stall. We've got a tank, poison stall, frost. Mage frost, yeah, we're never fulfilling that. Let's increase our team size. I'm just tempted to take this as well. We can't afford it unless we sell something, which I'm going to be down to sell, and let's just take it. And that's pretty much our auction house. Wasn't the most insane auction house of all time or anything like that, but still. Now the problem is, I would like to have Gustav more so in the front. But Skorn, reflecting that frost, I do also want. So we're going to increase Gustav's attack speed. Which might seem silly because we need some offense. Because we have very little offense with our tanky front lines. But we're going to be inflicting a lot of frost. Yeah, we're going to be slowing down opponents, out-surviving them, make them take a lot less damage, or make them take a lot more damage, a lot less. Doesn't make any sense. We could take Funky. I'm not sure if we really want Funky. We could get ourselves a bunch of max HP. We probably do need to start taking some good items, but I'm going to reroll and add a Sal upgrade. We're taking. Come on, Sal, what you got for us? On cast, gain crit, and auto attack, deal bonus damage. On cast, inflict burn on enemies in range. Do we just take the bonus damage on an auto attack? I think so. Making Sal massively damaged because she's going to get a certain amount of attack speed. It sounds really, really awesome to me. Now, single combat endurance. Well, we're taking endurance. And do we chance going for the ultimate 50-second challenge for 30 shards? I think we keep it simple and try for 40. Because we do have a super chunky team. We definitely have a super chunky team. We should be able to survive this, right? 10 seconds, Skorn is almost gone. Wait, Skorn's going to be gone. Come on, Gustav. Gustav saves the day with his shields. But we might be able to get there. Now, Salah's going to be permanently scaling up. Not permanently. She's going to be scaling up a lot of freaking magic in the fight, and we could have definitely survived with 50 seconds. So nice. We got a good bit of monies. So we got to remember that whenever we flick frost, we're going to get magic and attack. And I've been happy mostly with our team in the center being here because they all need to be huddled to get the stats from the lover's ability. 340 defense given, 150 attack speed given. That's kind of insane. Salah's going to be going turbo 90 attacking. And she also deals bonus damage on how much magic she's going to have as well. So a nice little combo. Nice little few upgrades we got. And she's going to be dealing more and more damage the more frost there is on an enemy. And we do get grace. On cast, after stall, permanently give the target's primary stat of each class. The ability triggers twice per combat. So essentially, if we have Grace in, if she targets her tanks, they will gain permanent defense. So Grace is a character I do want to mess around with a lot more. Arya is also a character that I would love to use as well because she can inflict a bunch of frost and a bunch of burn. Also, Mage inflict 30% more debuffs, but unfortunately we won't be able to take her just yet. It's much so I'd love that. I'm going to take both these items. This one is going to be on auto attack, gain a bunch of max life. I mean, Salah's going to be going turbo stacking max life then. When auto attack, gain 1 attack. So she's going to be able to do a lot more damage. If she's going to be auto attacking it quite a bit more, it should be nice. Now, on stall, restore the holder's max HP and give them 100 mana. Yeah, we need to fulfill this quest quite a bit. Every 2 stall triggers gain a shard. I'm not going to take that. We could, on cast, give 4 magic per debuff on all enemies. That sounds good to me. And given Gustav, crazy amounts of shields, also sounds pretty good. Every 6 casts, if held by Mystic, gain 1 mana regen. And it's kind of nice. Heroes in the front row gain 400 max HP and grown size. Yeah, I'm freezing shop for this alone. Now, Rowan, on stall trigger, permanently gain max HP and defense. Start combat, tanks and vanguards get all this. That could be insane for us. Vanguards gain 120 attack, but we don't really have vanguard. And tanks, but this ability will be kind of nice. And then, if you want to combine Arya as well and just go for a bunch of stall triggers, this is definitely a build I would love to go for. But for now, let's move on. Challenge encounter, we do have emergency rewind, so I'm going to go for this. We don't really have the offense for this, if I'm being honest, so this could be troublesome. We're going to salon our team over like so, and let's get going. We are going to be slowing down. Skorn is going to be almost turbo deleted. We do get our shields online. I forgot freaking Salah's been sent into the back line. This could be problematic. I forgot that that's a big old yanker bite. But looks like we're safe enough. Yeah, our team just survived that. Now there's a few options we could go for. We could try to get some crests if we do have 66 more shards in our bank. Every 3 stall triggers stun all enemies for 2 seconds. Our heroes get attack speed for each time you reroll in the shop. So it's 11 more attack speed. 11 more attack speed versus stun your opponents. I think I gotta take this. Basically stun your opponents as much as possible. Now I did say I wanted to grab you. I'm gonna reroll again. Rip Logan for rush. If enemies would gain debuff, they would gain 2 more. An auto attack deal bonus damage equal to burn. We can't take this one either. I'm wondering, should we start saving our money to try to get a big old auction house? I don't think we should. Not yet at least. On stall trigger, if held by tank, this item gains 2 defense. And that's what I'm talking about. On stall trigger, but we only have like 2 stall triggers on Skorn. There is one that gives an absurd amount of stall triggers. I mean ability. It just keeps taunting enemies over and over again. So it stalls at like 5, 10, 15, 20, which would be insane for this. But for now, we're going to keep it as it is. And let's go for that guild banner. The question is, what the hell do we want to go for? Because we have 2 tanks, we have a mystic, and we have ourselves a mage. Do we go for tanks? I think we got to go for tanks. Whenever tank is auto attack, to apply 1 poison. Whenever tank is auto attack, to gain 2 defense. The tank's stall abilities trigger 6 seconds faster. Let's actually go for the increase in defense. Make us uber tanky. Now again, we want to be the center of this entire situation. And I want to see Sal's max HP skill up. Yeah, she skills up. Honestly, a decent bit of max life. That's just to keep her alive, most of all, in the later rounds. Well, I want to see will I be able to keep her alive, because it's not too much scaling max life. 1800 after 35 seconds. Yeah, it's not too crazy. But the faster we get attack speed, the better. With 37 goals, I'm going to reroll once. We could get another one. But this is definitely calling my name. Even more defenses. Now, are we trying to make Sal super max life stacked? Because the rest of the characters don't really benefit from attack. Not all that much. I'm going to save 6 goals. Let's move on to the Curse of the Kiss. You guild wanders upon an ornate stone temple. The door to the temple is blocked by the weathered statue of a strange monster. The statue's true form has been lost through time, but its wide open mouth, squat frame vaguely resembles that of a frog. God, I hope we don't have to kiss this thing. Because it does say Curse of the Kiss. The statue whispers something in the minds of your heroes, not in a language they recognize, but a wave of pure attention. Kiss me. Pray me. Oh god. So you can peck on the cheek, kiss lips, kiss forehead, or rest. Should we full send it and take get ourselves some crit? But we lose a lot of attack speed. Probably shouldn't go for that. B rank. Randomly train a B rank specialization to get a rare item. That also seems kind of bad for us. We can also just ignore or rest and just into basic stats. Or we can lose 100 max HP but inflict a bunch of poison on all enemies per tank. 100 max HP is not to scoff at. I actually think we rest. I don't think these are good enough for us. Let's not kiss that frog. And let's go. With Skorn, so much defenses. Yeah, Pimenta has absurd amounts of defense. And it's going to be permanently scaling up along with so much chunkiness scaled up as well. All in all, we should be in a great spot. Uber tanky, making everything slow, and doing more and more. 156 gold, 160 gold. That's kind of absurd. The question is, what the hell are we looking for? Nicholas? After stall. You see what I mean? You can scale this up incredibly fast. Start a combat after stall, spend 1 shard to apply last and shield. The heroes and permanently increase the amount of shield by 50 that apply. This would be nice earlier on, but not so much now. No, freaking Fiona. Looking badass. On stall, trigger gain a shard and give heroes mana regen. After stall, permanently gain 2 mana regen. After 5 casts, gain a bunch of max life per Tycoon stack, which will apply to everyone. But she could be really, really awesome as well. Well, I don't think she's the character for us. Here's getting crit. Permanently scale up that crit. I don't think he even really wants. After stall, gain 20 max HP. That sounds pretty good to me. We're becoming super chunky, so that's going to make him super chunky as well. On crit inflict poison. I wish there was a way that we can inflict more poison with Skorn, because he will also inflict the same amount at Frost as well. On stall, rush trigger, give heroes a lasting shield on mana regen. That sounds pretty good to me. We also got pollen, which will inflict 100% more poison. And after stall forward, increase the amount of debuffs on all enemies by 99%. And then backup only. Okay, I do want to start adding in pollen into our backline. Let's take this as well. We don't have a huge max life, but I'm going to take it. Apply this to Pimenta. And I'm going to save the rest for gold, which seems silly since we're coming across the Act Boss. But I want some monies for the auction house, so let's go. Let's move on to the campfire. Let's get some awesomeness. Rank up. Pretty much. Probably going to be Pimenta. Let's rank her up to A. After stall, get that huge max life increase, start combat if his hero is in the back line. Give all heroes 75% defense. That's not good to me. We need it in front lines. Keep scaling up. This hero gains 20% defense for each enemy targeting her. Sounds good to me. But we also get to 20 defense after 35 seconds. But this is per enemy target. We have 2 tanks, so it's a little bit more difficult for this. If she was a frontline unit, then she could get an absurd amount of defense. She already has an absurd amount of defense. Should we skyrocket? Let's try it. It's going to be the center tank. Now we are going to begin the dragon that really punishes clumping. Hit all heroes adjacent to its target for 66% of that damage. The problem is, both our tanks are going to run in anyways. We might need to move Sal away from Pimenta for once. Just let Pimenta take most of the damage. It sounds good to me. And Sal literally ran forward. So this could be troublesome for us because she is our main damage dealer, and without Sal, we're going to be in trouble. Although we are slowing down this dragon by an insane amount. Our heroes have healed up a little bit. And then with Pollen's effect comes into play. And we should be able to inflict an absurd amount of debuffs. Hell yeah. Not bad. We do manage to get there in the end with a power couple between Sala and Pimenta and the 2 third wheels. Yeah. We got 78 golds. Not bad. Now onto the auction house. And we immediately get Gustav upgrade, which we're taking in a heartbeat. So cast increase the amount of each debuff on enemies in range by his mana regen. Our on cast give other heroes attack and magic. I mean, that could also be great. But going for frost stack and build could be nice. He also gains the ability with the defense, auto attacked, inflict poison. I'm going to go for this. We want to stack up a little bit more mana regen. Cast 25 active abilities, give heroes 25 starting mana. Start combat, tanks and vanguards gain shields equal to 100% of their max HP. After stall, tanks and vanguards gain a shield to 1000% of their defense. Well, that seems broken. I gotta take that. Let's take this item as well. Probably don't want that. Let's reroll again, and do we want Funky? Funky could be a nice addition as well. Now, reroll shop 9 times. We're never going to fulfill that. Inflict 400 poison. First time each enemy reaches 50 poison, they lose 33% max HP, 50% attack, and 50% attack speed. Are we going to be able to inflict 50 poison on enemies? I think so. Then we also got this one, inflict 400 frost. Whenever Hull inflicts frost, inflict 33% more. I think I got to take that as well. We're buying a lot of items, like 30,000 shields, then we can increase our team size. Whenever an enemy dies, transform to frost. Do we ignore increasing our squad team? We can also trigger our stall abilities a little bit sooner. Yeah, I'm going to chance going with the frost mitigator. Yeah, let's take it. And that's pretty much the end of our store. So let's move on. Our team's going to be a lot more different as well. Potentially. We kind of want to divide our tanks into straight in the middle. These guys are going to stun, which could be problematic. These guys are going to be playing burn to all our units, so this could be problematic as well, but let's go. Now, Sal will be scaling up max life. Gustav will have some defenses also, so we should be able to survive. We should be super chunky while we inflict all our debuffs. And try to inflict an absurd amount of frost, which will be transferred to each enemy after an enemy gets deleted. But not bad. Team is pretty slow, but it's kind of designed that way. And Skorn has a lot of defenses as well. 414, Pimenta has almost 800. And each second in a fight, each auto attack is going to scale up the defense. So they've got to be uber chunky. The only problem is our offense is extremely bad. It's down to Sal and Gustav. And Gustav is not a damage dealer, he's a support, tanky guy. Now this is the problem I do foresee, because these guys actually end up removing debuff. So this could be hugely problematic for us down the line. But I'm wondering, can we just stack up our debuffs, stack up our frost, make them take a lot more damage, slow them down, so they don't deal as much damage while our guys become incredibly more powerful. Because again, they get slowed, we get stronger, making this an awesome team, if I'm being honest. Now, you actually play more frost, so moving this over would be better for it. Even with 33%, wait, never mind. What the hell am I talking about? 1500 frost? Yeah, Sal's keeping an item. Now the question is, do we want to go for an S rank hero? There is a mystic I'd love to take that will give us even more defensive, even in the backline. Over Omnivamp or Retrain, let's go for it. Let's take our S rank mystic. We'll also go for mage for damage, but let's take the mystic. We do get Fiona.
Okay.
I was actually taking the Grace instead. But we'll see what Fiona has, because Fiona needs to be in to build up those Tycoon stacks. Try to combat hero gains, resistant heroes gain shields, and on stall trigger gain a shard. And give heroes mana regen in backup. So at least we got a decent backup ability. Grace would have been much better, because she has a lot of backup abilities where basically you just get 3 shields at 20 seconds and 30 seconds. And also stall abilities trigger that a little bit faster. But mana regen makes us cast more often. So I'm not going to complain about that, especially on someone like Gustav, who plays shields and defense and inflicts more frost. So it should be great. So we should be able to survive and just murder face everything. And the size of good old Skorn after that few seconds is insane as well. But we're also permanently scaling up attack speed. Although that poison could be kind of scary on Sal, 400 attack speed. And look at all this stuff. He deals a lot of bonus damage. And yeah, it's not going to be close at all. Our team is surviving every single fight, but the thing I'm scared of is once we get down to about 15, 16, then the scaling becomes extremely powerful. Or a lot more noticeable. But for now, we should be able to get through these ranks pretty darn decently. Again, these guys, these goobers, these slimes are going to be a bit scary for us because they're going to cleanse those debuffs. But we can stack up a lot, right? Slow them down, take all that chip damage from all the poison, and smash it. Not bad. Once one enemy dies, everything dies. The crit boost, our random epic relic, I think I'm actually going to take the crit boost. I'm going to take that crit boost and I'm going to give it to Sal because we need more damage. So she should go from 30 basically to 91. That's a massive increase. Pretty much almost guaranteeing it's going to be critting most of the time now. It's still 90%. That's not how that works, but it's a lot better than 31% crit. That's for sure. And yeah, literally once one enemy dies, everything starts exploding. She's dealt 200k damage. That is kind of fantastic. Another thing I'm worried about as well is these snakes firing off cross parents or X parents, inflicting salvo poison right in the center. Because she's aligned in right in the middle, she gets a certain amount of poison that could potentially take her out, and that's exactly what I'm scared of. You see how much poison's already on her?
Stay back.
Yeah. Now Gustav, she can survive for the time being, but we might need to move around just a little bit more. Because that position is probably not going to work a bit later on. And we are on rank 14, which is kind of nice. So how far can we actually get? So I feel like after the next floor, it's going to be incredibly difficult. But can we take on these slime goobers? I think so. Our team is just insanely tanky. Playing lots of shields. And not bad. We get to choose a rare relic, get an epic relic, or choose an epic item. I'm going to go for an epic item. We have space for items. That should be nice. Sacrificial Scythe, where we do max HP, but gain 5 shards whenever we reach max HP. Also, Mystic, we could give Gustav mana regen. That seems pretty darn decent to me. Apply shields whenever the holder applies shields. Also heal for 50% of the shield applied. That's also fantastic too though. But I want to take this. I want to take this because I want to give Gustav mana regen. Because of this ability where he can inflict or increase the amount of each debuff on enemies on cast. So the faster we get this guy casted, the more debuffs we can inflict. But I don't think we're going to change up our position for now. I think we just leave it as of now for this combat because these guys are just going to spread out a big AoE of burn. But it's not going to matter too much on our positioning at all really. There's a lot of burn. Looking like Sal might get deleted. However, we take out their backline units. And never mind, that was 4k freaking frost. I mean, it's not looking too bad, right? All our offense, if we do lose Sal, that's the problem. That's definitely the problem. So we might need to move over slightly. This position might work a little bit better for it. I'm just thinking about the lines that these can create. Could still maybe hit Sal, but you're going to shoot that line across our tanks instead. And we do lose Skorn. This is the problem. Can we still survive it? It's a lot of freaking poison stacked up on us. 150, 300 Gustav. Pimenta is being our solo tank right now. And we do manage to beat this floor. Hell yeah. That position is a lot better because we didn't get as much poison on Sal. And for these goobers, we're probably going to keep it this way. He has 750. You have 1k defense. That is absurd. You have 120 magic. And we'll see. Does she scale up a lot more? Doesn't really look like it. Now she's starting to scale up. But we got a lot of frost on these goofy goobers. And they don't really do as much damage. They are super chunky as well. But our team is surviving. And we do manage to win again. And we're on depth 17, which is even more awesome. Now, do we go for an epic item, Omnivamp boost, or random epic relic? This is a bit scary. We do have more space for items. Not really. Can we just go for an epic relic? Yeah, let's chance the epic relic. This could be our downfall. If we don't get something that helps us unstall, tanks gain 100, or did I say 100? 1 HP per second per 8 defense to have. Since we have 1,000, that's literally going to be over 100 HP per second. So that's going to make him even chunkier. We'll see. I'm waiting for this HPs per second. I don't see it just yet. It is after stall, and never mind. I was trying to see the stats and we just end up losing out. It is what it is. At this point in the game, after floor 18, it becomes super difficult to keep descending. However, we did make it to floor 18, ranking as 4,133 on the board. Not bad. And this was our team by the end of it. We didn't really have any S ranks except for Fiona, but we dealt 2.6 million damage with Sal. Massive crit damage, and not bad burn damage. Didn't expect Gustav to have some burn damage. And with our two main characters, we managed to scale up a lot of defense on Sal and a lot of attack speed on Pimenta, ending up with an absurd amount of defenses and an absurd amount of attack speed. The only problem with our build is we could have used another damage dealer, if I'm being honest. However, It's still a lot of fun to try and go for Frost to slow down enemies, make her tank super chunky, and try to whittle them down with Frost, Poison, and Burn. However, I'm going to leave you here for now. I want to say thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, or even subscribing. And I hope to give it a go for the next one. I'll see you next time.